Subscribe to our channel, press the bell icon and never miss an update from Latestly.
We are extremely lucky and honored to be the first ones to be a part of a global show.
I think the work what we do speaks more.
You know, you go into London or you go anywhere and they say, oh, Shah Rukh Khan,
yeah.
Bollywood, you know.
What would be the USP of Suzhal?
Whole series is set in a very small town in Tamil Nadu.
Who will name someone Sugar?
And that to a cop, yeah.
That was a cop.
You are tricked. That's not going to happen. We always made fabulous films. Wait, before you could say something, I want to say, Latestly.
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 We love your name. Yeah.
You got the quirk?
Yeah.
You got the quirk right.
Latestly.
Absolutely, up to date.
I love it. I just love it.
Sartorially speaking, which you are, I'm not, in this guise. So fantastic. First of all, welcome to Latestly, officially speaking. Prime Video's this new thing. It's a monster of a thing, Suzhal. And of course, how many languages? I'm still counting. This is the
30
first.
languages.
First
30 plus.
Allow me to say this to your audience officially. So this is first Tamil original. And to premiere
First Amazon original.
First Amazon original.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying, Amazon. First Amazon original in Tamil to premiere in languages such as Malayalam.
Forget Indian languages. Just
Telugu,
surpass Indian languages.
Tamil already, English, Hindi already,
Yes.
and then foreign languages in
Portuguese,
French, German, Turkish, Spanish, both Latin
Greek,
as well as
Greek,
Catalan,
Greek.
Mandarin. मुझे इतनी languages है
Yeah,
ये भी
yeah,
नहीं
yeah.
पता था. अभी
For
आपके-
learning that itself, we'll
Yours is a show through which I have learned that there are so many languages that exist.
Fabulous.
But this is a monster, a giant, and it is like gung ho to go, is it not?
Yes, it is.
And for that reason alone, thank you so much. What does it feel like to be a part of that monstrous thing, this humongous thing?
the excitement what you see in us,
Yeah.
and that is what it is. We are super excited to present Suzhal. We can't wait for. We still didn't watch it, so we are also waiting for the 17th. So we'll be one of the viewers in Amazon. We also wanted to show it to the audience, and you will be blown. You will love it. You will love it, man.
The trailer looks amazing. Yeah, she wanted to say something.
No, I was just saying that we don't really know what to expect. Yeah, it's a great show. We have great filmmakers behind it. We have some great actors. Everything is great. But when you say it is global, when you say it is a pan world,
Yeah.
so what do you expect? We don't know. We've never seen this before. So
Yeah.
we don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
So it's very exciting.
Allow me to go a step further. It's pan-universal, is it not?
Oh my God! Latestly, that's why
Latestly,
you're named for a reason.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm justifying that beyond belief. So tell me, this whole notion that content down south is like going global, it is taking over Bollywood in such a huge force. What is your idea of all this monstrosity, this whole size of it?
See, we always made fabulous films.
True.
We always had some very great filmmakers, great writers, and from just not now, but from time earlier, there were hundreds of films being remade in Hindi and various other languages. It's just not today or the last 10 years.
Correct.
In time immemorial, Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam films, all your Hera Fairy, everything you name it are all remade in Hindi. So if we were just waiting for our time to come. Very unfortunate that we had to wait for our time to come today to showcase our talent and showcase our films.
Yeah.
But we ain't moving anywhere from here. You will be seeing more of the South everywhere. But I guess, at least now the divide has to drop. We need to be called as Indian films.
Absolutely.
And being given that respect and space.
Bravo. Absolutely.
And Suzhal is also like representing India. It is an Indian show. That is what it is.
Yes.
The native language might be Tamil, but it is an Indian show. We are just representing from India. That is what it global.
Just to be humble, somebody from your team, I'm not going to name, of course, was telling me, no, Pratham, the pendulum keeps shifting from Bollywood to South. Like, no, this time it is stuck. It is stuck right there and it's not willing to move at all.
Yeah.
So in that sense, but at the same time, when you talk about content from South, technical bravura is what we look at. Performances we look at. And of course, rooted is something that this industry is synonymous with, being rooted in terms of culture, in terms of the ethos of it, in terms of the content creation, in terms of originality of it. So this healthy mix, how do you see it?
As you said, I think the work what we do speaks more. Our earthiness or the rootedness is super different. When in all other parts of the world or even from Bollywood, when they see, okay, this is happening there. We are in the same country, but the things which are happening there is super different, super earthy. The culture they follow, the spiritual things, the religious things, everything is like different. So everyone, when you wanted to learn or know something new, we always get one step forward and listen to it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that is what has happening.
You know, you know, when we talk about India, anywhere abroad you travel, whichever part of the world, and you say India, there just a couple of things that come to people's mind. One, top of the head is Bollywood. You know, you go into London or you go anywhere and they say, oh, Shah Rukh Khan, Bollywood, you know. And then they probably talk about Buddhism, they probably talk about spirituality, they talk about yoga because they think it's come from here. But yes, apart from all of that, there's so much more rich in heritage that we are known for.
Yes.
You know, in Slumdog Millionaire, they just show Dharavi and say this is what India is. Most of the foreigners think that is what India, that symbolizes India. But here we are so rich in heritage, so deep rooted. Like Sulal, the whole series is set in a very small town in Tamil Nadu.
Correct.
And there's so much of a ritual that goes on that even we didn't know when we started shooting the film. Yeah, there is a particular ritual that happens over a span of 8 days, which is very, 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 very important. Now, why, what, how, when you watch the show, you'll know. But there is this ritual that happens, and that forms the whole crux of the entire series. So this is something which is interesting for people to know. You know, it'll be interesting for people within India itself to know, and then imagine different boundaries. So that is why Amazon decided that we can take this regional show with this particular content and show it to the world.
Gone are the days when we were struggling to find our own feet.
Now,
not only we take pride in that, we flaunt it on the global scale. So in that sense, people are not interested in what is happening in California, what is happening in Switzerland. They want to know their hyper local stories portrayed in the way they're portrayed in Surat. So in that sense, what was the most challenging part of it, to be able to get that intense, gritty texture and delivering performances accordingly?
I'm just playing a character called Chakra. Chakra means sugar. Who will name someone sugar?
And that to a cop,
That to a cop. I loved that. So it is something new, something interesting. And the character, what he is playing is, that is also related to the name. He'll be chill, so sweet. And there should be an investigation which he should do also. There are like so many layers to it. When I read it, I was thinking like, okay, this graph, how I am going to pull it off? Because it's super connected. Like all the characters in our series is like so connected. Even if you see from whatever the parts of the world you see from, the characters are connected to you. So how am I going to play? He's chill. In the trailer also there's a shot where there will be a festival which will be happening, and the cop will be, I'll be there for the security, but he'll be dancing, he'll be enjoying it. That is how the character is. And it'll change. Every episode it changes. Everything, the graph moves further. How the graph moves also matters. So that is what I was excited.
Let me add one more adjective before you come to the answers for your part. The whole mythology angle that is involved. This is custom, there is tradition, there are some rites happening there. That part, and then the gritty nature of it and getting it right, to be in sync. What would you have to say about that?
See, Pratham, to begin with, people have to understand and get the point that just because it's a series, we have underplayed in terms of production, underplayed in terms of technicians, everything is underplayed because it's a smaller format. You'll be extremely surprised. There has been, the production value is top notch, and you can see it in the trailer.
True.
Be it the camera work, be it the kind of music. When you talk about the textures, you see it. Today you're sitting here and talking to us is because you thought that was fabulous.
True.
Everything was thought in a very, very large scale. That is one of the reasons where the story was able to be told. If it was a small scale, we would not be able to tell the story. This story needed that scale. It's a simple story, but for us to take the story and throw it to the world, we needed that scale, we needed the look,
Yeah.
and that look has come. And when you're talking about all these rituals and all of this, it's a very essential part of India. Every small nook and corner, be it Maharashtra, be it anywhere, there is rituals. There, and India boasts of rituals.
True.
And a ritual for each state, not like any other part of the world where they have one ritual and everybody follows that one.
Correct.
Here, every part of our country has one ritual.
Yeah.
So that is what also we are trying to convey. You know, somewhere because you also probably may not know. Even I do not know. Although living in Tamil Nadu, I don't know.
Yeah.
But this is something interesting.
Wow, wow,
Yeah.
wow. And as we talk about all these languages, 60 plus with subtitles and all that, there's this whole debate of language supremacy that kind of creeps in. And of course, this generation doesn't care about it because there is no one language that is superior to other language. There were days when looking at West was like thinking that we are going superior. But now we take immense pride in our own soil, in our own languages, in our own culture. So in that context, how do you see the larger picture?
I think like I'll take my mom and dad as an example. They have been watching all the Tamil films and all this, but they have started watching like Malayalam films or the Hindi films. When the content is good, they are ready to watch it and they are ready to understand it. They wanted to. So when the story and the content, it has been told in an interesting and a good way, I think everyone will love it. It is not a language barrier or what kind of where it is rooted and all those. They want the knowledge. They wanted to know it. So that is a main crux in Sulal to go global.
True.
I think language should not have been an issue at all to begin with. And it's very sad that we had to come to a state where we had to see 3 pan-India films made in the South for people, the rest of India to wake up and say, wow, we like South culture, we like South movies. It's very sad that it had to take those 3 pan-India films too for people to wake up. But nevertheless, let's be positive and say like, you know, let's make great Indian films, great Indian content, and OTT is definitely the way to go.
Absolutely.
So I think Amazon is really pushing boundaries and we are extremely lucky and honored to be the first ones to be a part of a global show.
True.
So I really hope the show travels across different houses, different spectrums, different regions, religion, and people love it.
Yeah. My last question, what would be the USP? We have seen it all in the trailer. It's so promising, but there are certain things that unfold only when you
Oh God, when you say it, I just had
visit it.
goosebumps on.
We all had when we watched the trailer. So what is it that needs to be seen, that needs to be experienced? One has to wait and watch. But still, to be able to answer that stock question, so to speak, what would be the USP of Suzhal?
The USP will definitely have to be that it's a simple story. How a simple story of a girl goes missing can be so interesting. Just when you sit in the edge of your seat and say, yeah, I'm actually done with 2 episodes, I know what's going to happen, you are tricked. That's not going to happen. So then you'll want to watch the 3rd episode and say, was I right or was I wrong? And then when the 3rd episode you're sitting and saying, yeah, you know what, I think this character is the one who is at fault.
Yeah.
And then you're very badly mistaken. So this is the USP, that every time it keeps you guessing, it keeps you edge of your seat. So it is a thriller, but it's a simple story, but how beautifully it is interlaced with each other.
Yeah.
Forms this entire Sulal for you.
Audience, so many googlies coming your way with this one for sure.
Absolutely.
It'll be a puzzle, it'll be a maze till you finish it, till you come to the conclusion. Your mind won't stop. You will just be behind it.
So Pratham, you have no option but to binge watch
it.
I'm itching.
Yeah. We want to
you.
know what you think of it.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Thanks a lot for your time.
Thank you,
so
Pratham.
much
Thank you
for
so
coming up
much.
with something as beautiful and as big as this.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice talking to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.